June 30th as well, offsite from the main site. Sorry, I didn't mean to navigate there. And then finally, we do have the opportunity for a handful of folks. I think they're looking for 4 to 5 different educators to co-present with Microsoft product managers during ISTE. And we were looking for people that specifically have a presence on social media and are really passionate about AI tools being utilized in your daily workflow. And so you'll see those specific topic areas on the form as well. So that is just a sneak preview for all of you in terms of joining us at ISTE and the opportunities available there. So just a quick note on that. And then I'll also just remind you that you should have received an email in the last week or so that is sharing more information about our May 28th global community call with all of our MIE experts, all of our showcase school leaders, and of course, all of you as inclusive of those groups as well. So we hope to see you on May 28th at the Global Community Call. Oh, right. So moving forward, just a couple of quick reminders for you. So of course, you all know about these programs very well in terms of the educators that are part of the MIE expert program, and then also the showcase school leaders, and thinking about the organizational connection with Microsoft from the showcase schools. So I'm not going to like read those specific blurbs there, as you all are our most important ambassadors here. So don't be repeating that, but I will just point out, you'll see on the screen our updated badges that we've been working on. So be excited about that. That's a quick sneak preview for you all. And then I also just want to highlight that applications will be opening officially on Friday, May 9th, 9 a.m. Pacific time, just to give you kind of a very specific time zone there, because I know that we're all joining from different places in the world. And so you will have until July 31st to complete your application. And then we also just want to highlight that this year we will be offering the office hours throughout the entire nomination season. So today is actually our first office hours, and we'll continue on a cadence of about every other Wednesday until the end of July. In just a moment, you'll see the dates that are available for those office hours, where the team will be able to support you through the application and nomination process. And then we will be announcing the results of the applications and who will be part of the cohorts for the 25-26 school year at the end of September, which is also when we will be having our welcome and kickoff call as well. So just a couple reminders on the timeline there. Here you'll see on the screen, we have these links that are clickable for you. So feel free to go ahead and start clicking these links as needed. So we have the required information that you're all going to need. It's actually very great if you, we share this information at our last community call as well, but it's great if you go ahead and download these AKA links for yourself, because they have the questions for the MIE experts and also showcase schools. And you'll see that there is an application template there as well. So please do make sure you use those live links in this PowerPoint Live. And then on the other side of the screen, you'll see the list of office hours. We will be sending this out, of course, through email communication as well, but you will see all of the dates there and the links so that you're able to join office hours and get your questions answered if you have specific questions. So those are the things that I wanted to make sure that you know in advance of going into this session. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Kaylee to get us started on the demo.
Thank you so much, Keisha. And we will drop in all of those links in the chat in just a moment, but want to walk you through really quickly on what we're going to be doing today as far as testing. So here on the screen, you can see that we have our link to our nomination tool, which we will also drop the link to that in the chat in a moment, and you'll be able to access it. Clara, in a moment, is going to do a quick demo, but also want to showcase you some of the items that we would like for you to test today. So that includes logging in, creating a new account, forgetting your password, resetting it, completing your survey. All of those little details are really important for us to just make sure that you as fellows are able to do it successfully, so we can take notes and make any changes in the next few days as needed. I do want to note really quickly that some of you will go in and test your surveys, put in incorrect answers or correct answers. And what we're going to be doing is, if you complete your survey, we'll be deleting it before the time of nominations opening on Friday. So you will have to go in and reapply, but that allows us to make sure that if you put in test answers that were incorrect or anything, you have your fair chance of putting in all the right answers once nominations open for everyone. So be messy with it, fill out wrong answers, right answers, test everything, click links, and let us know if you're finding any glitches. And we have a handy dandy Excel sheet over here on the side, and our engineers as well that are taking notes that will be able to make any changes that we see fit in the next few days. So from here, I'm going to pass it off to Clara to do a quick demo. I know many of you have not used the nomination tool in a little bit, so just some guidance on logging in and what it looks like as well.
Thanks, Kaylee. Hello, everyone. So I'm just going to share my screen. I've just seen in the chat a question about whether the link that we're using today is going to be the link for users. The answer to that is no. This is our demo link. So please just use this for today, and we will change that. Let me just change the spotlight there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run through the basics of what we'd like you to test today. As Kaylee said, once I finish the demo, we'll put the list back up of all the things that we want you to test. We want you to try and break it and hope that it doesn't break. So we want you to test everything that you can think of, as well as everything that is on our list that users would experience. So when you go to that link, you come to this, you come to the homepage and you can sign in or sign up. If you can remember your account details, that's great. Please use those. If you know the email address that you used before, then use that and use the forgotten password. If you have not created an account before or you want to create a new account, then please use the sign up. So I've got my account details here and I'm going to log in. If you do sign up for the first time, then the first thing that you're going to test is whether you receive the email that says that you've got an account. So you can test that for us, as I did earlier today. Any issues that you find at any point, please report them straight into the chat. So anything that you find that works or doesn't work, I'm just waiting for this to log in now. Perhaps we need to put that down as the first thing that isn't working. Our engineering team there, because I'm not able to log in at this point. Great start to the demo. We'll just pause for a moment.
We're watching the site.
Thanks, Barbara. So Barbara's one of our engineering team, and they've got a monitor on the site, so they can check when things are happening to see if there's any spikes in the code, to see if there's any issues. Stevie, that's a really good point about external links opening in new tabs. We're making sure that that is the case, but please do highlight any links that that don't work. Please let us know if they're not opening in a new tab, and we can go in and we can change those. Elaine's having the same issue by the looks of it. Barbara not able to log in at this point. Stephen's in. Well done. Thank you.
Go ahead and hit refresh on that, Kaylee.
Okay.
And
Let's
color.
have a look. No, that's fine. Thank you. Let's try again. Looking good. Thank you. So this should bring us to the homepage. This was working a moment ago. We've got a couple of people in. There we are. Thank you for sorting that out, Barbara. That's brilliant. So this is what your homepage looks like. So the first things we want you to look at is the user information pulling through correctly? Does the update profile work? So if you change information in here, does that pull through correctly? Scrolling down, having a look at the links. Are they all active? Do they all work? And then start by choosing one of the surveys. So we've got the Showcase School survey and we've got the MIE Expert survey. So if we start with the MIE Expert survey, have a go at going in. Start the survey, complete it, fill in some answers, fill in some right answers, fill in some wrong answers, and see what happens. Proceed through the survey, filling in required questions. Check if you miss out a required question. Does it let you proceed or not? All the things that you would expect, and going through all of that. Go through all the way to submit. So I could just put some fake answers in here. You can spend a bit more time. See, straight away we've got something telling me it's not an email address. So I can put let's put that in there. There we go. So I can put another alternate email address in. So you're going to spend a lot of time doing this. I'm just doing it as a test to go through. This isn't a required question, so we can try putting an answer in and not an answer in. Missing some questions out. So that looks like it's still got that double click button there. We can choose a country, choose a city. choose a territory. Can't spell. So we want you to go through and click all the bits. Just going to keep clicking here so we can get through to the next bit. So we still need to fix that country. Website. Interesting. What shall I put? There we go. Let's put that in. I'm going to carry on through here. Just clicking, clicking, clicking. As I said, you're going to take more time to do these. And then you can try the save button. You can try the next button. If you click previous, are you able to change your answers or not? Clicking yes here and then putting no, seeing if it lets you proceed or not. I'm going to put yes for now. Try your achievements code. If you haven't done the courses yet, that's great because it will show us whether it's working with or without an achievements link. So putting an achievements link in there and testing, see what happens. As Kaylee said, we will be deleting all of your responses that you put in today. So don't worry if they're wrong or if they're correct. We'll be deleting it all and expecting you to start afresh when the nomination site is open. Kaylee, if you've got a quick achievements link, you can ping me by any chance. I didn't prepare one of those, unfortunately.
Yes, let me grab one quickly for you.
So when you're going through the surveys, think about what people might do on purpose. Think about what things people might do by mistake. So if I try and click save here, is that going to work? Is it not going to work? I can see lots of people already putting comments in, putting some screenshots in. That's absolutely brilliant. Really, really good to put those in. People highlighting the radio button. Okay, yeah, lots of really good. Thank you, Elaine. Yeah, so that select circle button is has been seen before. If you experience a glitch, for want of a better word, that you can already see that someone's reported in the chat, perhaps just put a thumbs up. Yes, I experienced that too. So you're kind of upvoting that one. So then we can see that lots of people are experiencing that same issue. And we get a nice log there in the chat of the different issues that people had. So the link to join, I'll put back in the chat now. So this is the link for the site, just coming back in now. So Thomas, that's a really good point. Why do you have to put your name in the survey? So when we as admin are looking through your responses, we can see just the survey information. So we're collecting profile information in both the surveys as well. It just makes it a bit easier for us during the review process. So please just give your feedback on that and let us know. Thanks, Aaron. Let me just bring up
Clara, I've just dropped 2 URLs for you in a separate chat.
Yeah, perfect. So I've got that. Thank you so much. So let's just grab this URL. Thank you so much. So let's put this URL in and then press next. So that says that they're not passed. So that's fab. So you can let us know if that works correctly. Let's try another one. Thanks for that, Kaylee. And then let's click next. So that one's passed and that's let me through. That's brilliant, Kaylee. Thank you. So you can test yours, see if they work or don't work. Then we can try putting in a couple of daily, weekly ones, a couple of rarely, saying, you know, I never use learning accelerators and I never use Microsoft Forms. Don't even know what OneNote is. I'm joking. Class notebook and Minecraft, and then clicking next. Does it let me proceed? Yes, it does. That's what we want to happen. We want it to let people proceed. So then just having a go at choosing and putting in some text in here, so you can just you can put AI generated text in for today if you want just some text to put in. But we will be deleting your responses, and obviously you wouldn't generate content that way for your actual tool. So I'm just going to put some fake text in here. I did have some prepared. Let me just find it. Where did I find my fake text? Bear with me, sorry. I had it on a different window. Let me just find this. I can see you're all doing your testing already. So you can just grab some fake text and put it in. It doesn't have to be real, and we can paste it in and check that it lets us go forward to the next bit. We can choose another one, put some text in, and makes it go forward. I've just noticed there, if someone could put in the chat that the first long form appears to be a small box, whereas the second long form is a big box. So it's things like that. The consistency of the survey, is it easy to read? Is the font size nice? You know, little things like that. Click next, have a read of the terms and conditions, check that that all works. And you're going to do this for both MIE Expert and for Showcase School. What happens if you try and submit without clicking the agree? What happens if you click submit with clicking the agree? And then when you click submit, do you get an email that says that you've submitted it? And we also want to know, once you've submitted, if you then go back to the home page, do you see anything different on the home page? So if I scroll down here, I can see that my program is on review. So that's working for me. Does it work for you? What happens if you do the Showcase School application? If you complete one like I have and you would like to have another go, then just mention us in the chat and we can unsubmit this application and give you another go. So just keep it, mention us in the chat so we know it's not just a comment. You actually want us to do something, and we can go into our admin site and we can do that. So if anybody's got any questions or queries, then you unmute, ask me a question right now. Kaylee, if you could put the list of tasks back on the screen, please. Great point, Aaron. Just adding some information into that submission. I'm just going to check if I got that submission email. Doesn't look like I did. Okay. Great. So we've got the testing items back on the screen. We've got some good things in there. So you've got about 40 minutes of testing. Feel free to unmute if you want our attention, or keep using the chat, and we'll just be here in the background looking things up, and we can come back on with a screen share if there's things that you want us to show you. Thank you.
I would also add, if you have questions, feel free to raise your hand and we can answer them as well. I'm just going to put on some music so it's not complete silent for the next 40 minutes. If you don't love the music, feel free to just turn down the volume a little bit, but sometimes it's nice to not work in silence. So here we go.
Ah!
Just checking in really quickly. Any questions, comments? Thank you all for dropping things in the chat. Well, that's a great question. I don't think there's a character limit on the school name box, but we'll have to double check that. But if there's no other comments, we'll keep playing music and continue on. Just wanted to check in really quickly.
Just before you start the music, just one for Kyle. If you wanted to try creating a new account, Kyle, we can always delete that account completely. So if you wanted to just create another account using perhaps this MSFT email that you're using, and then we can always delete that account for you at the end to avoid any confusion. So I can see your profile. We'll try and work out why you can't get in. But yeah, try create an account for us. That'll be a useful test. So thank you.
Perfect. We'll also add, I know a lot of you are testing the MIE survey, just as important to test the Showcase School survey. So once you're done with the MIE one, jump to the Showcase School one and let us know if you find anything that needs fixing there as well.
Yes,
Okay,
even if you're not considering applying to Showcase School, please test the survey for us, because we will look to have over 1,000 school leaders completing that survey. So please do test it. Thank you. Just requesting that people start testing the Showcase School survey, just to please do that before we finish the call today. It's really great that we found so many things to comment on. We're populating our spreadsheet with all of the things that you've noticed, and we'll prioritize those after the call. So thank you so much, but please do have a go at the Showcase School survey and report any issues that you've got there. Thank you. Hi, Stephen, you've got your hand up.
Yes, hi. Can you hear me?
We can, yeah.
Okay, maybe a little bit off topic, but I've noticed that one of the requirements is the AI learning paths on Microsoft Learn. The case in our school is we've been running a path with our teachers using a global trainings partner who's giving hands-on sessions on site. And we've been using a global trainings partner code to register the achievement on the Microsoft Learn profile of our colleagues.
Yep.
I noticed that they're not awarded the points for taking the module online, but they're seeing the trophy on their profile. Is that enough?
So when a user goes to, let me just bring up a demo account now to show you. So what we will be looking for, just bringing it up on screen, what we will be looking for, or what the tool is screening for. If I just share my screen now. So let's bring this up. So this account doesn't have all of the courses. So what the tool is screening for, so I'm going to my profile here on the right, and I'm going to achievements. So it's screening in the modules for the reading progress and the cybersecurity. I don't have the cybersecurity on this account. So it's screening for those two modules. And then in the learning paths, it's screening for AI for educators and for Microsoft Educator. So this particular user wouldn't pass. So as long as you've got the 2 trophies, AI for Educators and Microsoft Educator, and you've got the 2 badges, Reading Fluency and Cyber, then that's good and that works.
Yeah.
If
the trophy is showing up for our teachers.
And
so
if the global training partner is given a code, then that's redeemable in the profile there. Redeem your code.
Okay. It was just because we're not seeing the points awarded for taking the learning path itself, the different modules.
I understand. So when you go into the learning path itself, you're saying that it's not gone green in the top corner.
Yeah.
That might be because there's one new module in here. So the person who generated the code, they may have generated it before that particular module was added. As long as the badge is there, as long as the trophies and the badges are there, then that's fine, because that's what the tool is screening for. I believe Barbara may be able to confirm that that is indeed what it's screening for. It's screening for those badges. Is that correct?
It is looking, so the badge would appear on your achievements page to show that you've successfully passed the module or the learning path.
Okay, thanks. Sorry for going a bit off topic.
Please don't apologize. It's all really, really important. Thank you so much. I'll let Kaylee take over the screen share. Helen also has her hand up. Helen, do you want to unmute?
Hi, a similar question to our colleague who just asked. For example, last year, because if I'm not mistaken, there was one new course added to the AI for Educators most recently.
Yep.
Now, before this was, I think it was added after January, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So most of our colleagues had completed the AI for Educators before December. So
that's fine.
So it's okay. I would highly recommend them that they go and do the additional course, but not only for the MIE experts, for our general educators at our school as well, though. Okay.
Yes. No,
right, thank you.
As long as the trophy is there in the achievements page, then it's fine. But yes, the extra module is it. What happens when you do the extra module is it just changes the date. It updates the date on your trophy. That's the only thing that happens. So yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sorry, I see we have another question here as well. You want to come off mute? Is it Yaya? Is that how you pronounce? Sorry if I'm mispronouncing. Feel free to come off mute though if you have a question.
Hello, this is Yahya from Saudi Arabia. So I think my name is difficult to pronounce somehow.
Sorry about that. Is there anything we can help you with?
Yes, well, I have 2 questions. First one is about my badge for fellow. I can't get my badge, and I send a lot of emails, and they said all the time that I have to sign this agreement in the beginning of nomination. So I enter the site or go to the site of nomination, sign the agreement, and the same issue. I don't know what is the problem with this signing up this agreement with me. So many times I sent so many emails and the same idea. I don't know what is the issue here. And I don't hope this issue will be again this year.
Got it. Okay, I'm going to drop my email in the chat here. Feel free to email me with this and give me details. What we can do is look up and see if your terms and conditions have been signed. If not, we are hoping to remediate this in the coming months as well.
I will write my email now.
Perfect.
Also, I have another question about achievement codes. Some of experts cannot generate codes now, achievement codes. What is the problem? They ask me for this issue. I don't have any answer, sorry, for this issue. For me, I can generate codes because I already registered in EduTrack before it's closed.
Yeah, I can answer that. So because of the issues that we had with EduTrack, which are still, they're with a different department of Microsoft, and they're still working hard to resolve those and to revamp that platform. But that's still in the pipeline. Because of the issues that we had with that, there are certain individuals who cannot generate achievement codes, and unfortunately, that's not something that we can replicate. It's not a system that we're able to reinstate. There are members of our team who are able to generate achievement codes, so I can put my email in the chat. And let me just put that in here. Let me put this email in because this is the one that I'm using. So if you are having specific issues with generating achievement codes, or there is a global training partner that is having issues generating achievement codes, then please send me an email directly with the name of the global training partner who is required to generate those codes. We can investigate it and we'll see how we can help you. But we will need to make sure, of course, that you're actually doing the courses. I'm sure that you are, but we wouldn't want to be generating achievement codes for people who aren't doing the courses. So yeah, just let us know which global training partner it is, and a contact for that global training partner, and then we can work directly with them as best we can. Oh, that's a really good point, Keisha, actually. If some of you could test putting answers in like non-English answers, that would also be really useful for us to be able to see those responses and see how our review tools work. So please try doing that as well, and checking the character limits in non-English responses. That would be really useful. Thank you. Got another hand there from, I've got so many people I can't see. Mark.
Hi there. I was only about half teaching, half listening in the first part of it, so I apologize. I started going through and I filled it out, and now it won't let me go back into the survey. Did I fill out the wrong one? Did I fill out the real one by accident?
That's absolutely fine. What we said at the start was that that it is live, but we're going to delete all the responses. So if you want me to delete your response now so you can have another try, I can absolutely do that.
That would be great. And then is there another link for a test one that you want to? I'm sorry, I must have clicked on the wrong one.
It's absolutely fine. Just let me know, seeing as we've got you. Let me just still logged in as Kyle, so I'm just going to log out as Kyle. Let me just log back in to the admin site now. Could you just put the email address that you used into the chat, and I'll find you, delete your response, and then you can have a go at the survey again, or you can have a go at the Showcase School survey. It'll look like you haven't submitted it, but just pop your email in the chat for me and I'll be able to find it.
I appreciate your help. Thank you.
Right. Cesar?
Okay.
Hello, good morning. I had all my questions ready just to copy and paste in the spaces of the long answers. But when I copy and paste, I couldn't go forward because I think it's detecting like when I copy and paste something I already prepared, it's like if I did it with AI. So I start typing again what I prepared, and then when I finish typing, then it accepts. I have to mention that to my colleagues that are going to apply, that they can, because I asked them to have everything ready. So they just copy and paste, either in English or in Spanish. But now I have to tell them that they have to type down all those answers, the long answers.
That's it. It's a really good observation.
I'll jump in there for that. Yeah, you shouldn't have to do that. Copy and paste should be fine. If, as you saw, if it is giving you that issue, and we'll test on our end too, just clicking into the box after copying and pasting, so that the character limit says that yes, you met the character limit. That's probably what you're seeing. So that would be the recommendation, but you should be able to copy and paste it.
Okay, thank you.
Then Elaine had a question. Sorry, we skipped over you by accident.
That's all right. I've been putting it in the chat anyway. So I've done the Showcase application. I don't know if it's got checks along the way because it just let me put anything in.
It doesn't.
No, yeah. I feel like that's a bit of a waste of time if they're not getting past that first bit where it's the initiating, leading, advancing bit. I mean, it's probably way too late in the day to sort of suggest that, but I think maybe for next year, if that had some kind of similar checks that just dropped people out if they're not hitting the right criteria right at the
Thank you.
start.
We had that last year. We made an executive decision to let it through, but it will show us in our review panel, it'll be very clear to us that we can kind of bypass that person's application, but we did want to still see people's PowerPoints and be able to reference those. But thank you for that comment, Elaine.
No problems.
Happy to take any other questions. It looks like we have a few more minutes and then we'll probably wrap up for today. We have to jump over to our first office hours, which is really exciting. So maybe we'll see some of you there as well, but giving you a few last minutes to finish your surveys and let us know any comments you have. think we are wrapping up for today. I saw Clara put in the chat as well, but we will be deleting all of the applications that you put in thus far. They'll definitely be deleted by beginning of Friday. So either today or most likely today or tomorrow as well. So as soon as nominations open for everyone else, you'll be able to go in and submit your official nomination for everyone. Claire, I see you have a comment.
Yeah, just before we finish, it's absolutely fantastic that people have been putting in things that have gone wrong, but I just wanted to double check a couple of things in the last couple of minutes that we've got together. So a couple of things that I'd just like to ask you to check if they are okay and working. So these last couple of bullet points on the screen, so check that the survey says on review. So if you just navigate via the Microsoft logo in the top left corner to your homepage. Can you just double check for me, please, that your profile information is as you would expect it to be, and that as you scroll down, you've got your 2024 programs showing there. In the past programs, that you've got the applications that you've completed have dropped down into programs awaiting review. So if you could just double check that everything is there as you would expect it to be. And if there's any issues on that homepage, could you just let us know? If you could pop some screenshots in of what it looks like. Obviously, you can crop out or redact your user information if you'd like to, but some screenshots of what that looks like would be really useful. So we've got some live data in there. That would be fantastic. And just echoing Kaylee's comments there, thank you so much for testing that. We were all able to use it at the same time, which is a positive experience. So thank you so much. And we will make sure that the guidance details those opening times, and you can let your colleagues and communities know when that testing is confirmed for definite to be open. Once we finish this call, we would really appreciate it if you finish your testing, because we need to make all those updates to the site. So it's quite likely that the site will not be as fluid as it has been for you now, because we're going to be making those updates and making those changes. So thank you for testing right now, but please do stop testing, and then we'll announce the official link ready for Friday. So thank you for what you've done. But yes, please stop now.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Clara. Thank you so much, Kaylee, for guiding us through the testing experiences. And thank you to our MIE fellows who took the last hour of their time to do all this testing, to add all the feedback. We have access to this chat. We'll keep documenting everything. And if for some reason you want to join us later today and test again, we welcome your time. Or if you know other fellows who weren't able to make it today, please give them a kind reminder to join us at the 4 p.m. Pacific call to do testing then. We thank you all for your time and have a great day.